The therapist wasn't real psychological supernatural horror. Subscribe and leave your like. She went to therapy to find peace. But what she found was something that never existed. The first session, Emma had been struggling with anxiety after a difficult breakup. Her nights were long, silent, and filled with racing thoughts. So when she found a flyer for a local therapist, Dr. Levin, she didn't hesitate. The office was small but comforting, dim lights, books on psychology, a faint scent of lavender. The doctor's voice was calm, warm, reassuring. You're safe here, Emma. Let's talk about what haunts you. And for the first time in months, she felt like someone was truly listening. The comfort that turned strange. Emma began attending weekly sessions. She would sit on the same leather chair. Dr. Levin would take notes, and every time she spoke, he seemed to finish her sentences at T first. It felt comforting, but soon, it started to feel too perfect. He always knew what she was going to say. He remembered things she had never told him. Once, she mentioned her recurring dream, a dark hallway with a single light flickering at the end. He smiled and said, "You shouldn't go near the door next time." She froze. She never told him there was a door in that dream. The missing record. After her 5th session, Emma received a bill from her insurance company. It listed every appointment she'd attended, except there was no record of Dr. Levin. No address, no license number. She called the insurance office, confused. They said, "Ma'am, we have no therapist by that name in our system." Panic crept in. She drove to the clinic the next day, but the door was locked, the nameplate gone, and through the glass the office was completely empty. No books, no furniture, nothing. The search. She tried searching online, no results, no website, no trace of Dr. Levin. Her friends said they'd never heard of him. Even her messages confirming appointments were gone from her phone, deleted. The only thing left was a single voicemail, his voice whispering, "You're not supposed to remember me." That night, she dreamed of the therapy room again, but this time, the lights were off, and someone was sitting in her chair. The pronouncement. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong, so she went to the city archives, searching for the clinic address. The clerk frowned. That building's been abandoned for over 20 years. There was a fire there. A therapist died inside. Emma felt her stomach drop. What was his name? The clerk handed her the old report. Dr. Isaac Levin, died 1998. Her hands trembled. That was the man she'd been talking to every week. The final session. When she got home, her door was open, inside the same leather chair, and on it, her notebook, open to a page she didn't write. In neat handwriting, "You missed your last appointment." She heard the sound of a pen scratching coming from behind her. Slowly, she turned. Dr. Levin sat at her kitchen table, writing in his notepad. He looked up and smiled. "You shouldn't have gone digging, Emma. We were making such progress." She screamed and ran, but every door led back into the same room. Every window reflected her sitting on the therapy chair. The revelation. She woke up the next morning in her bed. Everything looked normal, until she saw the framed diploma on the wall. Dr. Emma Levin, licensed therapist. Her reflection in the mirror blinked a second too late, and from the corner of the room, a familiar voice whispered, "Good morning, doctor." She looked, but there was no one there. Just the faint sound of a pen writing. Her phone buzzed with a new voicemail. It was her own voice, distorted. "Welcome back, Emma. Your next patient is waiting." Outro. She went looking for help, but some minds can't be cured because they're already gone. Subscribe and leave your like. You're not done yet, doctor.